see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Brian, and today is Tuesday, May 7th, 2024, and this is episode 692 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled Amping Things Up, and I'll be chatting about weather forecasting over the last few years, a return of the man-bear pig, kind of, and it's perfect, is perfect the enemy of good, and a little bit more. First, let's check out who's hanging out in the live chat with the coffee crew over there. Grab a cup and we'll hang out for about an hour. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Let's see who's in. Jim, are you okay? Been a while. Are you all right? You've been missing. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Digger. How we doing? Pip, how we doing? Good morning, humans. Rewilder Life. Mike's Homestead, Hunter over on Twitch, as always, and Backwoods Butcher. We got, where were you yesterday? Kyle? I had your vegan story all set to roll, had to wait, and then it just didn't turn out as good. I blame it all on you. It's all on you. You told me on Sunday night you were going to be around. Told me you were busy, or told me you were going to be around, Jim, saying he's busy, and then you just bailed on me. I can't believe it. Jim says, busy, snowbirds heading back north. Oh, that's right. You're one of them. Backwoods says he was wrangling his children. I really want to know what's more important, and you haven't trained your children to listen to their Uncle Brian every morning. Come, kids, gather around the internets and let's listen to Uncle Brian. Kyle says he sucks and he's a shitty friend. Well, that's the best kind to have, man. That's the best kind to have. Thanks for showing up today. It's okay. Good morning, Pickle Pete. How are we doing? Hopefully you peeked in your Telegram this morning. Nothing like growing money, my man. Nothing like growing money. Thanks for joining this morning. What's in the cup today? More light Ethiopian from Food Forest Farms, and it's great. It is smooth, it is light, it's refreshing, it wakes you up, it pops your eyes open in the morning, and I am glad to be drinking it every day. Light Ethiopian from Food Forest Farms. Man, you gotta know that Brian over at Food Forest Farms takes care of his customers like nobody else. Both the coffee and then just in general, I work with him on a couple of different projects with him, and man, the customer service that guy has is above and beyond. So if you're looking for awesome coffee at a great price, you found it. But throw in just over-the-top customer service, making sure that you are happy beyond belief with every order. You got Brian there at Food Forest Farms. I don't think I could ever see myself buying coffee from anyone else, so hopefully he sticks around for a while. But yeah, here's to Brian, Food Forest Farms. Definitely check it out over at foodforestfarms.com. Grab 10% off with LOTS10, one-time coupon code. Use it, try it out, try out the coffee, enjoy it, and then join the C4 Club. Or just keep ordering. You can use Lots 5 over and over and over and over for 5% off anytime at the Food Forest Farms website. So Lots 10, 10% one time off, 5% off continually with Lots 5. He is absolutely phenomenal. Send him a message. Tell him what you like. If you don't know what you like, he'll ask you a few questions and figure out what you like. So check it out today, foodforestfarms.com. That's foodforestfarms with an S.com. Here's to you. Let's see. Pip says he's sucking down some GSD blend as we speak. That is fantastic. GSD blend will pop your eyes open, Pip. You'll have a good day. Let's see. Kyle says he hasn't trained his kids to listen to him in the morning. It should be way easier to get your kids to listen to me than you, because naturally they're not going to want to listen to you. And I mean, I think the show's pretty good. I think they'd enjoy it. I think some kids could get into this show, especially your kids. Bryant. Oh, are you talking about me, Rachel? It says Brown is sounding like allergies have found him. I don't know what's going on. If you're talking about me, I'm a little congested in my nose. I was sitting here with Corey. She has the day off today, actually, which is cool. She's sitting out here. I can look at her beautiful face while I'm talking. Yeah, all of a sudden before the show, it just started. Boop. I don't know. It's been an interesting ride, let's say, since we've been in Tennessee and Texas with the pollen and stuff. So it's adjusting and getting there. But Jim's doing airport runs. You fly back and forth, Jim, or do you drive back and forth to New York? You're in New York, right? I think. I don't know. Oh my God. What is wrong with you, Kyle? Good morning, K-Bog. Thanks for coming in. Jim drives back and forth. And then Hunter says we should use the COVID protocol. I'm going to talk about COVID protocol in just a second. Rewild their life's rolling with mushrooms in the coffee today. I found a bag of Sacred Sevens a while back, probably a month ago, maybe a little more, that had gotten just like buried behind some stuff. So I bought it a long time ago. I started it in with my coffee, and then in shifting between our house and the camper and moving and getting on the road, somehow it just got lost in the shuffle. And I was reorganizing the coffee or something. I pulled a box out, and there's a bag of Sacred Seven mushroom powder. And I was like, man, I don't know if this stuff stays good. It had like expired in 2020 or 2022, or it had been a while. It had been a while, long enough that I sent an email to the company. I was like, hey, does this stuff expire? Does it lose potency? Would it be not beneficial to take it? Would it make me sick? And they wrote back and they're like, yeah, you might want to throw that away. It's not necessarily going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you, but the effectiveness might dissipate. And I was like, well, I mean, for the price of the bag, I just got rid of it, and I need to get some more. But yeah, it was well expired, and it had been up in the cabinet, and where it got. Jesus. Why do I even tell you guys anything? For Hunter says the fungi might have mold. I don't know. It was up in the cabinet where it got super hot and things. So I was just like, nah. I just tossed it at the advisement of the company, and I'm sure they did it just so they could sell some more. But Jim south of Syracuse. Really? Oh, that's right. We've talked about that before. Yeah, I know that area a little bit. I spent a little bit of time over there. Backwoods Butcher says I'm getting followers from being an idiot on the internet. Well, at least you're doing what you're good at. And he says he's about to enter his final form. Do what you love, Kyle, and you'll never work a day in your life. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to pour some coffee. We're going to reset, and I'm going to go to it. I'm going to check comments over here on the vertical feed. Check the comments on the vertical feed and over on Noster. Nobody over on vertical. That's okay. They're getting some views after the fact, which is was kind of the intent. And good morning, Jim, over on Noster. Thanks for popping in. I can't even do that. I can't even. Anyway, so what are we talking about today? Title is Amping Things Up. So I brought this up, I think it was over the winter when we were getting the severe cold, the unusually cold here in Tennessee this winter, and then the possibility of other cold storms, cold fronts, and unusually cold weather. I think I talked about it in the fact that weather reporting, and it's not just recently; it's been over several years. I've noticed this, and I think when I talked about it before, other people had noticed it also. Um, the the reporting has changed, I think, from when I was a kid. So back when, black and white TV and the knob that you turn after we tuned in on the radio, we turned on the moving picture box and watched the weather. But no, it has changed. It's changed. I know the technology has changed. I know that the capabilities of forecasting have changed. The accuracy of weather forecasters doesn't seem to have changed. Once you look into and realize the scam that they've been pulling on us all with weather predictions and rain precipitation percentages and things like that. Man, the numbers, when you look at the numbers that they put out and you realize what they actually mean, figure out what they actually mean, you realize that it's not really as severe as they thought. Like, the chance of rain is basically that there's like a chance of maybe a little, like some sort of precipitation in this whole general area, and things like that. Hunter likes to watch Univision, just for he doesn't have the volume on. He only watches it for the radar maps, and the mountains on the maps in front of the maps. I don't speak Spanish. Why do I watch the Spanish news channel? But anyway, so the capabilities have gotten easier. The technology has gotten better, but I think we've gotten to a point where, if it bleeds, it leads. If it bleeds, it leads. If it's going to worry people, if it's going to grab their attention, if they're going to be sitting on the side of their seat, waiting for the next update, that's what news is now. That's how you make your name. That's how you get your viewers. Do they do things now that maybe are a little aggressive in trying to gain viewers? So what I'm talking about is the severe weather recently. So this is coming back up. I kind of walked myself through it back with the weather, the cold weather, but now that we're in severe weather season, and I'm not downplaying the severity of the weather. I'm not saying that we haven't had some horrific storms. I'm not saying that it looks like it's probably a little bit more intense than it used to be. Yeah, it is more intense than it used to be. This year has been particularly bad for tornadoes. This year has been bad for severe thunderstorms. But on top of that, you have every small weather station, every wannabe internet weather star out there trying to make a name for themselves. And what I've noticed is the maps have changed. The Pip says, wasn't there a Bond villain who owned a newspaper who tried to start a war to sell newspapers? I don't know particularly about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Hunter says the colors. Yes, the colors have changed. The colors have changed and the legends have gotten smaller. So sorry guys, I got a bite on my leg that's just killing me. These the Tennessee bugs are a different breed for sure. But no, the weather has changed. The weather, the colors have changed, like Hunter said. The legends have gotten smaller. So what the colors mean has gotten smaller, and then the print for that has gotten even smaller. And I don't think it's that I'm getting older and that I'm not able to see, but I've started actually looking for them and looking at them. And so one prime example that that made me think of this was we have a local internet radio station in this area. So it's for the surrounding counties. The other morning I got up and overnight there had been a Facebook post. So that's where they basically run out of, is a Facebook page. And then they have an internet radio station and then a Zello channel. And at 2 a.m, the internet or the Facebook page made a post that we are now in a yellow warning. We're now in a yellow weather warning for the area. Now, first of all, who the fuck is up at 2 a.m? I shouldn't say that. The majority of people aren't up at 2 a.m. waiting for a weather update. There was a line of showers, some thunderstorms, nothing significant, nothing out of the ordinary by any means. Jim asked if they talk about weather too. Yes. Yes. It wasn't anything significant. It wasn't anything that I don't think anybody needed to go put a post on the internet about the thunderstorm coming. Pip says he sees 2 a.m. on the clock most days. Yeah, but you don't see like 7 in the evening. So I'm looking at this stuff and they're like, it's a yellow weather warning. And I looked and their code, their color code is like green is no weather whatsoever, like clear skies. Green is precipitation, and then yellow, orange, red, black. It goes on and on. So yellow was basically nothing, but we have to have a code for it, a weather readiness, because the radar that's watching the storm, and it's all like when you watch radar, it's like green and light yellow, and you can tell, yeah, there's probably some claps of thunder, there's a little bit of showers, maybe a little bit of heavy rain, but nothing that you're like running for cover or hitting the shelter, and nothing potentially is going to spawn out of it, basically like your everyday fucking rainstorm. We have to make it now an alert color. So I started looking back at their posts because it made me think. I was like, well, what's going on here? What's going Kyle says they're going back to the Bush era safety levels. Yeah. I started looking back at their posts and their page and going through it and seeing if this is like a consistency thing. Well, I normally ignore their stuff. I don't know why I followed it. I had it hid for a long time, and then it popped back up, and this is kind of one of the few times that I've seen it, so I haven't really deleted it yet. So I rolled back and was looking through their posts, and all their weather related stuff is fear mongering, like legit fear mongering, and I'm not saying they don't do a good job when severe storms are coming. Like they do. They're like, okay. There's there's a bad storm coming, and they have a Zello channel, and they got weather spotters and this and that. And so that's an important thing. And it's hard because that is important. Like, that could seriously impact people's lives. But they also have posts that are like on Monday, and they're like, oh, we have the potential for severe weather on Saturday. So this is like 5 days away. And I'm looking at the post, and there's this weird projection map thing that they made up or they found somewhere, and they put it on the screen. And it's got like red and black and yellow, and these are the different areas of potentially bad weather 5 days from now. And I looked at the legend, and the black, like the baddest part, there was like a 22% chance of severe weather in that area. The yellow was like 6. We have a 6% chance of bad severe weather in the yellow zone 5 days from now. Now, I looked at all the comments. There were a dozen comments or so, and they were all comments that made me feel like these people are like glued to this. They are going to be watching for updates on this storm every minute of every hour until Saturday comes 5 days from now. And like, this isn't healthy. This is this anxiety, this worry, this stress, that all these things, and this little radio station isn't the only one that does it. There are plenty that do it all over the place. Why are it's going to happen one way or the other? Are you going to start preparing for a rain shower 5 days ahead of time? Are you going to start preparing for a tornado 2 days ahead of time? Like, other than the fact that you're digging a shelter or whatever, like, what are you doing? Well, there's potentially rain 5 days from now. Well, no shit. There's potentially rain every day in Tennessee in the month of May. Pip nailed it right here. Right here. I didn't know who this dude was. But Pip says, newsroom boss says, people are paying more attention to Ryan Hall, y'all, than us. What do we do? What do we do? We change our percentages. We change our colors. We make it look like the earth is coming to an end. And then when people actually look at the map, which we know the majority of people won't, they realize that there's a potential for rain on Saturday. Well, that's great for eyes and everything, but what are the unintended consequences of all that stress and anxiety? Is that the purpose? Like, is there a concerted effort in the weather community to stress us all out? Like, I don't know. The weather apps make it pretty easy to become obsessive with them. I don't know. It feels like it's changed. Backwood says, if I were them, I'd just start inserting clips from the day after tomorrow. Is the day after tomorrow the one where the snowstorm goes through New York City and they get trapped in the library and are like burning the classic books to stay warm? Is that the day after tomorrow? The one where everything flash froze? Rewilder Life says she loves Ryan Hall, y'all. I've never seen the dude, like, legit. I've heard the name a couple dozen times since I first heard of him. I still haven't looked. I still haven't watched. I haven't picked it up. I haven't looked. So he might be good. Hey, good morning, Ali and Masood over on the vertical feed. Appreciate you stopping in. Thanks for leaving a comment. But I don't even, where is this dude located? Like, does he do national weather? Does he do regional weather? Like, I've heard a lot of different people from a lot of different areas in the country listen to him or talk about him. So he must be national. Jim says, what is a haul, y'all? Yeah. That's what I said the first time I heard it too. Let's see. Hunter says you do have weather people to take care of that for you, I suppose. Well, they want, and Rachel says, well, they want you to fear everything. Fear, 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 climate change, ice melts, warming, age. Yeah. Okay. I mean, so it's in line. It's in line. Just be aware of it, guys, when you're looking at these social media posts, when you're looking at the online drive-by news, when you're looking at the maps, when you're looking at the forecasts and things like that, that maybe they're a little out of whack. Maybe the scale is a little weird. Maybe the legend will tell a different story. Don't get amped up until you actually realize what it's saying. Hunter says the fear of the unknown, and Rachel confirms Ryan Hall is a nationwide weather forecaster. So, wow, Jim. Sorry, I'm not getting your heart rate up. It probably takes a thunderclap in the backyard to get you even to twitch. So most people can at least nod a little bit. Pip says, and now a word from our pharmaceutical sponsors. Reweiler Life was posting some images in the Telegram group, and she said those were from Ryan Hall's channel. So, does he have like a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, or like all of the above? I assume he's been a social media wizard. So, anyway, let's move on. I got a couple of links I'm going to throw in the video description, in the comments here in the main feed, and hope maybe I can get over there and get them in the shorts feed. But I started posting videos. I posted a bunch of videos yesterday. First link is going to be if you guys are looking to sign up for Noster. If you've heard about Noster and you're like, this is too confusing, you watched the last onboarding video and you were like, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't figure that out. It's too much. It takes too long. You have no excuse. I just put up this video yesterday. I'll drop the link here. Under 5 minutes, I signed up for 2 accounts, one on Android, one on Android and one on iPhone, using the Primal app. I initiated a new public key and private key and activated a new Bitcoin wallet. So that was bang, bang, under 5 minutes, both of them. Really, really on Android, if you take your time, it takes about 90 seconds. One thing about it, and I posted the video over on Noster, and I was kind of digging in yesterday. I dove into Noster a little bit. I was reading comments. I was kind of forwarding on the video. It's interesting to see the people there. So the wallet in the Primal app, and I talk about this in the video just a little bit, is supported by Strike, the Strike app. You might have the Strike app. It's a Bitcoin app. It is it's easy. It's easy to use. It's convenient, but it's KYC, and everybody hates the KYC, the know your customer laws in the United States. The you have to provide information, and kind of you can't be anonymous stuff. Everybody worries about their privacy, which I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm anti-privacy by any means, but the hundreds of terms of services, the hundreds of permissions, the everything that you do on a daily basis is giving away your privacy. Giving your first and last name, email address, date of birth, and location, if it's all factual, just saying, if it's factual, if it's actually linked to you, if you didn't make up a new email address, because you can do that 100 different places for free, or even pay a little bit for even more privacy. If you link that, they're going to find you. So the people over on Noster were very 50-50 split, really. I don't know if it's 50-50 split, but there's a big camp that is not happy that the Primal app is using Strike for their onboard wallet, because you have to KYC. You have to give a first and last name and an email address and a general location. So let me just tell you, I've signed up for several wallets with several email addresses from several locations. Take that with what you will. There's a camp over there that really is diehard privacy, purist anonymity at its best, and that's fantastic. I try to live a lot of things that way, but I also do a podcast and have a YouTube channel and Facebook and social media, as a lot of other people do, and we have very little anonymity. We're connected even more than you would think. So my purpose in making the video, my purpose in showing people how to sign up for Noster in under a minute, in under 5 minutes, is to expose people to the fact that there is social media out there that's uncensorable, that is not centralized, that it's decentralized, and it's available for use. It's not Facebook. It's everything you despise about Facebook and the exact opposite. It's everything that you don't like about TikTok and the fact that they're going to ban it. It's not that. It's the exact opposite. Now, there's plenty of people that I've heard. There's plenty of people that I've talked to. I talk to people at SRF. I talk to people online. I talk to people in my group. I talk to people in email. And they tell me it's just too complicated to sign up. It's complicated. I have to figure it out. I have to, it's above my head. I'm not techie. I'm not a computer person, which is fine. I posed a question to somebody on Noster and said, is the fact that people onboarding this way, is the fact that they have to give a first and last name, and I didn't say their first and last name. It says you need to put your first and last name in, but does anybody know that you're John Smith or Jesse Jones? Where you're at? If you put your state, it's not like they want your address, your social security number, your bank account, and all of that. And I get it's a slippery slope, but are the people that aren't willing to take 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours to go find a censorship resistant social media protocol, a place that they can go where the general vibe of everybody is just phenomenal, general vibe of everyone, that you can curate your own feed and see what you actually want to see, that you sign up to see, is the fact that people won't take an hour to figure out that that's there and how to use it. Do you think they fucking care that their Lightning wallet is KYC? And I know it's a slippery slope. I know it can go sideways really fast. And it can snowball. I understand that. Did I say that that's the wallet that I use there? Is it what I do? Is it what I advise? If somebody booked a consultation with me and said, hey, I want to sign up for Noster, would I say, okay, let's do it on Primal? Probably not. I would probably say, hey, what are your privacy concerns with Bitcoin? Like how private do you want to be? And what have you done already? Because the majority of people have already blown the privacy. They've already linked everything they have to themselves. So is perfect? Is being completely private? Is privacy by default? And I get what they're saying is like the default option should be not to use this. And then if people want to, they choose to. And that really is what it is. If you see through the sign up video, basically you sign up for the account, you sign up for the public and private key as your account, your username and password is analogous to a public key and a private key. But then you activate the wallet. You don't have to use it. You can then connect a private wallet. You can connect your own wallet to that. It's technically more advanced, but I'm not trying to get people that already can figure this out to use Nostr. I'm trying to get the guy that can't take a fucking hour to figure it out, and I just gave him the easy button. I gave him the Facebook. You go to the App Store, you download Facebook, you say, hey, here's my email, let's sign up, and boom, it's done. That's what Primal's done for Nostr. You literally download the app, you hit create account, you put a display name, which could be Pink Elephant Lover 51 if you want it, whatever you want, and a little bio if you want, and hit create account, and it's done. Done. You can start using it. You can start interacting. The only thing you can't do is send and receive value for value with Bitcoin. That requires an activated wallet. So what's not private about using it that way? Now, if you want to interact in the value for value platform and you want to send Bitcoin and receive Bitcoin like we do in the Telegram group with the Lightning tip bot, but on a bigger scale, like on everything, the way it should be, instead of thumbs up, you can send a couple sats. So I want people to experience that. It's a couple bucks in Bitcoin. You really worried about it? Jim says privacy is an excuse. They're just not interested in another social. It's not coming from the people that won't sign up. It's coming from the people that are there that are upset with Primal because they use Strike for their onboard wallet, and the privacy isn't there. That's where the pushback I'm seeing is coming from, the purists. And I think for adoption, even light adoption of this protocol, of this fantastic thing that's been created, that's that the community there is great. You know, when you guys are all like, I say it too, I like 100 pages on Facebook and I see 0 of them. All I see is advertisements and suggested groups and people I don't follow, and nothing that I actually choose to want to see. That's a thing, right? Like, it's just not me. Pretty sure everybody experiences that. I could go and list off how many pages I follow that I'm interested in, that I chose to see, and they show me none of it. So what's the fucking point? On Nostr, you know what I see? If I go to my feed right now, if I go to my feed and start scrolling through my feed, I see the shit that I chose to follow. I see Jim's stuff when he posts. I see Pickle Pete's stuff when he posts. I see all the people that I think are interesting, and that's what I see. I don't see suggested bullshit. Yes, I can go to a page that's suggested or top or trending, but if I go to my feed, it shows me what I chose to see. I think that's pretty valuable, whether you got a KYC a wallet or not. I don't know. It's the biggest bitch I hear out of people about social media is they never see what they want to see. They only see what the algorithm suggests. Well, you know what the algorithm is on Nostr? You hit follow. You know what the bad part about that is? You have to hit follow. It takes a little while. You have to go. You have to explore things. You have to use hashtags to search out topics that you like and people you find interesting. And you have to follow them. Otherwise, you won't see anything. And you'll have a shitty experience. It's like your new Twitter account when way back in the day. Did anybody use Twitter back in the day? Like when before it went all sideways and turned into what Facebook is, what I was describing. When you joined Twitter and you didn't follow anybody, it really sucked because you're just seeing random shit, this and that. They're trying to pick away at what you really want to see. But as you started following people, before they really got like just evil about how they show you things related to the stuff that you actually want to see, kind of, it actually worked. I would follow something and I would see it. And I was like, oh, well, my feed isn't full enough. So I'm going to follow another page to post a little bit more. And I see that and I see it and I see it and see it. Now you don't see shit. You see suggested pages and advertisements. Why the hell were they showing me Arnold Schwarzenegger for 3 weeks on fucking Facebook? Good morning, John Palmer. Thanks for stopping. Well, anyway, if you want to sign up for Nostr, the video link is in the video description. It's also in the comments there. You can sign up in under a couple minutes. Sign up for the wallet. Don't sign up for the wallet. That's up to you if you want to participate in value for value. If you want to sign up for Albi, the Albi extension, which is a little less KYC, it's not going to happen, guys. The gov, the daddy, the babysitter has said that we can't be responsible for our own digital currency. So they're really clamping down on non KYC. It's money transfer or unlicensed money transfer, I think is what they're saying. So figure it out. Figure out how to use it. Figure out how to use it smartly. Talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. I don't know. But anyway, I suggest you download Primal. I suggest you set up a private key and a public key. You watch the video. If nothing else, you watch the video and hit the thumbs up and share it with somebody that might be interested in using Nostr. You can always sign up for a consultation with me, free 30 minutes. Free 30 minutes just to see if we jive. If you let me know what you want to do, what you're trying to learn, what you're trying to accomplish, and maybe I can help you, maybe I can't. Probably ask you some questions at what you're good at, and maybe I can use your knowledge to my benefit. So you might end up with a consultation out of it too. Who knows? Maybe we exchange value for value, and there isn't even any money exchange. Maybe we just provide each other information. Yeah, you can do that at thelotsproject.com under consulting, or every page I think has a pop-up that gives you the opportunity to sign up for a free 30 minutes. So that's available. If it's not, you can email me. I'm willing to talk about it with anybody, but give it a try and give it a try. Don't just look at the suggested, the trending and all of that. Go find your own things. Follow or go search hashtag homesteading. Go follow or go search hashtag dogster. Now, one little tip on Nostr, everything hashtag will probably end in a stir, STR. So dogster, farmster, foodster, things like that. It's a play on Nostr. Get it? Get it? So go over and search those things and see the cool posts. There are some phenomenal people over there that never talk about Bitcoin at all. Everybody thinks it's a Bitcoin centric site or protocol. Really, everybody wants to call it a site or platform. It's not really. Is there a shitload of Bitcoin talk? Yes. There is a shitload of Bitcoin talk. Do you have to follow anyone that talks about Bitcoin at all? Not at all. Not at all. But maybe you do, and maybe you fucking learn something. Wow. Hunter says you can also zap my buns. That's right. That's right. If anything, go over there and search hashtag zap my buns. Now, be forewarned. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into Primal enough, but there is some not safe for work stuff over there. You literally can search hashtag not safe for work, NSFW, and there is porn beyond porn. Do you know what? Be an adult and curate your own feed and don't look at it. Block it. You can block hashtags. You can curate your stuff to see what you want and not what you don't. And if you see something you don't like, don't freak out about it and wonder how it got there. Just hit block and move on and find something better to fill your feed with. It's better than Facebook, guys. I tell you. And if you share it, Jim nails it right here. This dude, Rev Hodl, excuse me. Rev Hodl, this dude is only on Noster. This guy is, and I think he's near Rewilder Life. Pretty sure he's in Michigan, isn't he, Jim? This dude is building an off-grid homestead. I think he posted pictures yesterday about this is his 6th year with his food forest in development, and he harvested hundreds and hundreds of pounds last year of food, of edibles, of things. He's using solar power to mine Bitcoin. He's doing all sorts of fantastic projects, and he posted all on Noster. You follow that guy, that makes Noster worth it. He has some intriguing posts. Yeah, he's in Michigan. I thought so. But he's a great follow for sure. It's great. It's great. Pickle Pete says, "All right, I'll go find some fun folks. Why don't we all try to find one fun person a day and bring the address back here?" I mean, that's fine. That's fine. And Jim says, "Yeah, I found this experiment pretty cool. He's growing his weed in his rabbit. He's raising his rabbits colony style, and he's growing weed in the rabbit colony. So, yeah. Yeah. Where can you beat that? How can you beat that? Check it out, guys. Check it out. Other link I wanted to post today. I started it up yesterday. I got a couple videos up. I'm still trying to figure out what the frequency of video release is going to be, how I'm going to do it, but I'm trying a niche only YouTube channel. Only video, only product videos. I shouldn't say reviews. A lot of them are first looks, unboxing, longer term reviews, things like that. But I went to just a single channel for that to see if it makes a difference. I'm doing these videos for Amazon, and the YouTube posts were a byproduct. I was like, it takes 2 extra seconds to click into a separate browser and post them on their own channel, and we'll see how that works. But I got a couple of videos up there, and the new channel is let me tell you about it reviews. That's the handle. Link is in the comments. Pip wonders, is there a difference between Amethyst and Primal for Noster? Yeah, they're 2 different clients, basically. There's different functionalities for both. Both of them are completely being developed. Currently being developed. They're improving, they're changing, they're getting to a point where they're slowing down. Not the functionality, the developments are slowing down because they're getting things where they need to be. This is all new. This is all developing, emerging technology. So these people are working on this stuff in real time. If you use one of these things, Amethyst, Primal was the one I did the video on. Amethyst is the client that I use most often. Client as in app. The app to access the information. Let's just say that Facebook, all the posts on Facebook, you could use the Facebook app, you could use the Instagram app, you could use the Twitter app, you could use the YouTube app, and they all went and you looked at the information that was on Facebook. It's hard to explain when people are so ingrained with social media platforms to get them to think about the whole picture, in the fact that the information is there, and these things we call clients, amethyst and primal and damas, all these things are how we view the information, and how we post more information, how we interact with the information, but they're all looking at the same thing, just from a different user interface. I can explain that more if you guys want, but YouTube channel I put up, there's a couple videos over there. So if you get a chance to hit that, it's in the video description also. But if you get a chance to hit that, share it around, like the videos, watch the videos, I appreciate it. We'll see how it goes. I'm also using I'm also going to be using some AI tools, some free AI tools to write the video descriptions and things like that. See how that works. It's a big experiment. Like I said, it's a byproduct from the Amazon videos I'm doing. So I'm messing around with it to see what I can make of it. Repurpose it, basically. Doing it anyway. So why not try to figure out how to repurpose it and roll more out of it. So there is that. Those two links. Let's get to the man bear pig real quick. So I read an article yesterday, and this isn't, I mean, it's not necessarily funny. It is funny. The absurdity of it. Off the headline. And then I read an article this morning. About the story, and it kind of made my head hurt a little bit. So the headline I saw yesterday was "Man contracts bird flu from a cow." And I stopped for a second, and there was this picture of this dude with bright red eyes, and they're like, Pickle P says Food Forest Farms YouTube channel is stuck at 419 subscribers. Who wants to be the lucky 420? Oh my gosh. Oh, anyway, the picture of the article had a guy's eyes. They were like, one was super red and the other one was kind of red. It looked like he had a really severe case of pink eye. But it said that he was like having discharge from his eyes and all this shit. It said that he contracted bird flu from a cow. Now, the headline in itself, like, is this scientifically possible? I'm sure it is. Like, yeah, like, okay. But just the headline and the fact that we name these things the way we do, just the man contracts bird flu from a cow. Wait, what? It's like saying turtle contracts swine flu from a zebra. Wait. I don't get it. But anyway, what is the goal here? And I think it might be right back to the weather thing and the fear mongering. Because as I read the article, if you read between the quotation marks, the things, the outlandish things that could happen, the things we're afraid of, the things that maybe in the future that could get dangerous, and actually read what was going on. So bird flu is not good for birds. It appears that for a while, some strains of bird flu have been able to jump to mammals in a less deadly less problematic form. Now, I'm not saying getting sick in any way is good, but something to do with the sugars in each animal. So the bird flu virus survives in the bird because of certain sugars that the bird produces in its system. When it jumps to a cow, they have yet to find it as a respiratory. It's a respiratory illness in the avian world. When it's jumped to cows, which they've found in different areas, it's also jumped to goats. They're finding it in the milk of the goat, which I assume is where the similar sugars are that are in the bird's lungs. They're not finding it in the lungs of any bovine. What they're seeing is they're testing the milk. They're finding it in the milk, and the milk has been getting thicker, almost like colostrum. So they're watching these cows, and when they're noticing this, the cows aren't even acting sick. The cows aren't dying. They aren't like mad cow disease. They're not falling over in the fields. Basically, they're going into getting milked, and their milk is thicker, like colostrum. And so this has been going on. They've known this. It hasn't been a high alert or anything. Like, it is what it is. It's not killing cows. They're not putting cows down when they have it. They're just letting it run its course and using an antiviral, and it is what it is. It passes. It's like the flu. So recently, a worker at a dairy farm, and they haven't found it in meat cattle, in beef production, only in dairy cattle. So recently at a dairy farm, a worker got the bird flu. Well, it appears they figured out where the sugar makeup in the human body is similar to the avian body and their respiratory system. This guy didn't get a cough. He didn't get, his milk didn't thicken up. He got conjunctivitis. He got pink eye. And it was pretty severe from what it sounded like. He was like having discharge and shit from his eyes, but he's not going to die. They gave him some antivirals. He's going to be fine. Does it suck? Have you ever had pink eye? Make it worse. It's not crusty and you're waking up with your eyes sealed shut. You're waking up and shit's squirting out of your eyes. Even better. But Rewilder Life says maybe we should feed them a cow diet and put them outside on grass. Maybe. But anyway, they're starting to fearmonger this shit. The pictures of the eyes, the headlines, the conjunctivitis reminds Pickle Pete of the Schoolhouse Rock. Jesus. Yeah. The conjunction junction. But the fear-mongering's ramping up. And, and no good crisis can go to waste. What are everybody's thoughts on where this is going? Obviously, we're trying to get rid of backyard chickens. Obviously, we're trying to get rid of self-sufficiency in that fact, because chickens are pretty solid thing to have if you have to have something to provide for yourself. What else could we really get out of this? I think Canadian Farmstead said that backyard chicken is probably going to be banned soon. He figures that we will see more restrictions and then bans, and I'm like, more restrictions? Oh no. Rachel says Witless, is that the governor there in Michigan? Has beat you with her executive order today. Oh no, what did she do? What is her new executive order? I didn't even see it. I mean, the chickens have been under attack for a while. That's been way back from even when we were starting our farm. So that's been rolling for 10 years. So they're getting close on that. They're going to figure out a way to really clamp down on chickens, put them all inside, control production, maybe get rid of production of chickens and go to lab grown meat. Are we going after beef next? They've been burning down processing facilities, slaughterhouses, all this shit. Is this the push? Is this the push for the bugs? Are we possibly maybe manipulating bird flu and infecting birds with something? Because all of a sudden now it's jumping more. And I get nature. I understand. And I don't claim to be a virologist or anything like that, but I get the basics. Mutation, it wants to survive. Viruses get less deadly and more contagious. It's how they thrive on Earth. Is it going to be another COVID? Is there going to be a completely overblown reaction and the spiraling consequences are going to be disastrous? Pickle P says, let's black market chickens. Let's grow some more money. I put in the Telegram group yesterday. If somebody showed up at my place, I'd be like, hey, I don't know where those fucking chickens came from. I'll take care of them. I'll get rid of them. But I doubt I'll ever be able to find them all. They just show up randomly. They live in the woods. Jim says all this talk keeps us buying big pharma. Maybe you, old man. Rewilder Life says the gov would never do that. Pickle she says that she may have seen this coming. Her and her friends have things rolling on the black market chickens. Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to do about these feral chickens out in the woods? Like, I can't kill them all. They just keep showing up. I don't know. I swear I'll kill them as soon as I find them, sir. Talk to you next time. Oh, numbers are down for sure. Oh yeah, it's gonna get bumpy, guys. It like, you look at this stuff and it looks look down the road. Look back and see how things went. Now evaluate what's going on now and amp it up a little bit and predict the future. Pickle P says war on chickens will make more chickens. Jim says Key West has protected their wild chickens. Was it Key West that seceded for a little bit? Was that Key West or was it a different key? I don't remember, but I know they seceded and there was a war and all of that. That was a pretty interesting story. I think it was Key West, maybe not. Could have been a different. It was one of the Florida Keys for sure. I'll have to look that up. Rewilder Life says they want us to their fake lab food, and that's what I really think the end goal is. So would I doubt the country public? Yeah. I think that was a crazy mayor of Key West. I think it was like the crazy mayor of Key West declared they weren't getting their funding or something. So they declared war, and then they declared, how did it go? They declared war, and then they immediately surrendered and became and they were a foreign entity and got their aid that way or something. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Basically, they went out and there was a ship there was a ship blockade, or man, I'll have to talk about this next week or later this week or next week. They had a blockade, and they went out and they threw shit at them, and then they gave up, and they were then an enemy combatant that had surrendered instead of an entity, so they had to treat them differently, as I recall. Yeah, here Jim says it. Jim looked it up. The Conch Republic is a micro nation declared as a sarcastic secession of the city of Key West, Florida, from the United States on April 23rd, 1982. Yeah. Anyway, would you ever suspect the guy that may or may not have created AIDS and an AIDS epidemic? Maybe overblown, maybe not. I mean, guys, is Magic Johnson still around? Have you seen that guy lately? I'm pretty sure back in the 90s he was going to drop dead on the basketball court. That whole shenanigans, COVID, there's the laundry list of things the guy's been involved in. Would you really believe ever fathom that maybe somebody that may or may not have been a participant in that could be manipulating viruses for the species that we consume? I don't know. That's why Corey won't let me read that book about Fauci. What was it called? The Real Anthony Fauci or something like that. The Kennedy book. That's why I can't read it. I'm not allowed. And it's probably for good reason. But anyway, K-Bonk says, thumb that thumb. Yeah, boys and girls, thumb that thumb. I appreciate everyone listening. It's time to get out of here. Head on over to Food Forest Farms YouTube channel to check out Sensei Scramblin', waking up the West Coast after this. I'm always processing my show. I should stop over there and listen in sometime, but busy as the day gets rolling. I appreciate everyone listening. If you enjoyed the show, it's always free to hit that like, share, and subscribe to return value for value. Please consider joining one of the YouTube membership tiers or listening on any value for value platform like Podverse or Fountain.fm. You can visit thelotsproject.com to sign up for consulting, find all my information, recommended products, affiliate codes, discount codes, all of that. It's all there. There is a ton of information over there. Or you can check out comfreyroots.com to pick up your comfrey roots and get started growing money. Yes, you literally can grow money. Information and it all is over there. It's Tuesday, guys. Let's roll through Tuesday. I'm going to go hang out. Corey and I are both going to go hang out with Tim and Becky out at Delinquent Scully today. And yeah, getting close for them to be leaving. So let's go spend some time, build some more community. And hey, we'll get out of here and we will talk to you all tomorrow.